I don't know how they scored that crazy Avengers collab because they pulled up like Thanos, no problem here, and didn't even have to snap twice. The best part about Cloud9, what we saw yesterday, is that you almost never see these guys have the best pistols in the game in North America. Only the vent drop. Also, Stewie, Modem, he played well last time versus Liquid. Annoying vent drop played extremely well. His eyes overpassed yesterday. Now the bottom of ramp, his hands are full. Top of ramp is now in danger, and Liquid haven't even decided what they want to do.
I think regardless, at the end of the day, we're going to get a good clash. Very curious. Floppy, he's just sprinting. Oh, man. Comes right in from behind. He's not alone either. We've got 3 CTs inside of lobby. Very convincing. Already 3 headshots, all connecting. It's kind of raises the expectations the same way it does for Liquid in their lower bracket matchup. So it's just nice to see doesn't even know where he's getting hit from. Twist, well, he's got the bomb in front of him. He's got 2 players damaged. The third with full HP is trying to challenge,
ever closer to the
on top of the bomb. He's defusing it through and through. And Cloud9 on the retake, finding first pistol.
Tell me why that round had to be scary, Connor. Tell me why that round had to be scary. Now the strat is actually really sick here from Cloud or from Liquid. For a mistake to be made. Bobby, although he comes through with the fast flank, I think this is technically what Liquid wanted because they were trying to feign that it would be a ramp boosted, looking for somebody to push. So he dropped vent, but then they take upstairs as Floppy rotates around before he's normally an upstairs player. But there's normally a sneaky player. Oh my god! Clear ramp for an adjustment because Sonic was downstairs trying to make.
Able to claw one back, Nap over towards the Optimus Prime, just mowing him down with the MP9, and Sonic never even able to get onto the bomb site. So we had a little bit of a game of chicken there.
In 2020, C9 had won twice as many games of Overpass come out on top as Liquid had played. The thing with Liege, man, just now, like Modem kind of has a drop on him. Liege definitely has the worst weapon at this storylines for Cloud9 in recent times. They're recent to adapt to the flick. Floppy's overarching storyline is a lot of rounds like that where things Modem playing well versus Liquid, that's the Cloud9, but OC being very be able to win on their last 8 maps. We've got the early presence out towards Monster on Cloud9. Everybody was just not good enough. Can flash here and Stewie.
That first map was very much Team Liquid just kind of throwing everything out the window. Well, his Bombus was firing off, and so is that of Twist. It's a full house. 3 and 2 apiece. Twists making it look real easy, and I think that was a very big depends on the day, depends on the map. Twists holding down this B bomb. Depends on the headshot. That's a whole new level of very quickly in that first round. You got those retake headshots. I think the speed of that retake actually really played into Cloud9's favor. It did not seem like Team Liquid were
in the core. You need Twist,
such a
Nap, and a Liege to be on form. And Twist,
we slowed down now.
Bad,
Team Liquid
has just been
control of the pace.
Above average.
And they've got some ability to play
the form of you have a point. Floppy moving as fast as he did was like the next best bragging on some of these games. I mean, Cloud9 call out a Liege him and Nap. Hopefully you're splitting hairs sometimes when you worry about who's the better player. He does only try to get the information back as soon as possible. 90 DAR definitely helps out any team. And right now, I think their last series yesterday. Did that bounce off like feeling? Just below 80. Liege has a number you are supposed to coming back.
Nope. And Liquid looking to bolster their A split off of it.
We all know about.
Don't forget they didn't have the best weapons to start the round, but they're sure as heck getting all the frags. Nap with a double, and Sonic he's trying to wrap around through lobby yet again. It's the ramp to lobby play that worked out last round, but not this time. They forgot the bomb actually on the entrance of lobby, so they had to go back and deal with it. I don't think that Sonic ever expects all 3 players to give up. 3 terrorists ever closer to long, eating the grenade.
Trying to plant.
That is a perfectly timed piece of utility here, and Cloud9 gonna try to bump into the bomb site off of it.
They just tried to run the gauntlet.
He's gonna lock down bathrooms. Nitro turns his attention back, and JT removed. That's the second off of the Galil. OC double kill. Elise trying to claw this one back into control, but it's Sonic in the 1 versus 3, 30 seconds.
Basically any other
team pinned down. Now he does have separate 1v1s, but it's
I don't know how many other teams would have lost those duels, but after seeing a lot of affinity towards the A site, Liquid winning in these default not have been giving up pretty kills there on some of those bathrooms. It was extraordinary to watch him that Cloud9 are giving love to the A site. Maybe they've been listening to Pimp's analysis. They want to prove him wrong. I think a huge part of their T side, of course, is extraordinary. Yesterday was the fact that they did show up on both sites, and that made a big difference. But Liquid are weaker at holding B. They've lost entire games because they couldn't hold this side. So maybe it is a game that you've got a good B take. You want to test it more.
And Team Liquid, they'll test it right now with the limited pistols. They dump all of their utility to try and get onto the bomb site. Commitment into the A bomb just the first. He's going to be the front runner. He's got a lot of bodies to spray at. And there's actually no resistance within the bomb site. It could have been Floppy up in heaven, but he's kind of being pelted by grenades at the moment. And with Mini smoked off, well, the outer yard can't really come in to help this. Not going to get any stopping the bomb plant. And then immediately Cloud9 decided to save because everything they bought this round by just flying over top of the bomb site. And Team Liquid able to survive that test. 5-0.
This is one for the demos where you can copy and paste it. There's very little resistance. Spend more time shoving for middle to the map control. Maybe whittling down numbers before the round starts. If they want to go to A later, makes more sense to get the bomb down. Have someone watch the allure. It's one of those things where if a team gives you top and on, Inferno, you want to go upstairs watching anything, but maybe they're passive in a player inside is a little bit scary. And I think Liquid right now really like on A is working a bit abusing Squeaky as much as possible. It is meant to push up, but yeah, okay, it's not a very CT-sided affair. It comes standing here waiting for the cross. They're happy to take piece of short control. They didn't get the off for target. They take almost don't want to let them come over 100 damage on top of Hut, looking for any kind of angle to work with. Stu even pops that one through the smoke. Yes, over 100 damage. But yeah, I think Liquid is the most annoying thing to deal with from the CT perspective. That goes to work. And if the CT is give you too much room there, then you can start dropping vents. And if you can start dropping vents, it's a whole new set of problems for the CT side.
They will evacuate into connector, and as that passive A setup has been on the other side of Liquid, there's nobody here. It's good for a little bit of damage, but minute on the clock. Cloud9 trying to size up A. Now the players with pistols start to push through Hut, and that's good for the one. But it's only one kill here to Cloud9's name.
He's a bit worried about Long.
Bottom trying his damnedest, but here comes Twist extending around through Mini and just starting to help Cloud9
don't uncrowd what he says.
They let the defense move forward. They wrap that one up. They still have a second player on Long to deal with. It's the Opera and Nitro finish here, and he is the player inside of Lobby. Trying to be the difference maker. Fly out from Bank, good for the double kill. But that third round won't even go down. Too fast on the flank to give Cloud9 anything. That was a cool little long setup there
for the trades. And yeah, these guys are playing like normally you'd have the Opera pushed up Long and the rifle pushed up Long and the Op with all of these trades coming in. Flash to peek outside bathrooms. They're not anticipating a rifler to be holding that angle, probably getting caught off guard a little bit right angle on Nuke. Yeah, but we talked about around where Cloud9 definitely on the death as he brought up. Then you have the game started. 142 ADR right now. Those two extraordinary T side. And another passive versus we see the 100 Thieves, but a very poor CT side exact, which is totally uncharacteristic in front of the battle. Usually very good on CT side. With getting long control sometimes can cost you lives, so it's not always that fun to try to take it. But it's definitely very important when compromising
no actual presence there from Liquid whatsoever. They are
you can't really win.
Proved up here inside of Squeaky Nap. He's going to slip through the smoke. And he best Floppy. It looks like they're going to keep this pressure up. Dewey already out from Hut. Hasn't found the player in the back of the bomb site because JT's got a smoke to play. But Dewey to counter Nitro. He's going to take one shot and fall back. The one-man difference maker here on A. His two frags have convinced Cloud9 to evacuate Heaven. He's gotten eyes on it. Really nice. And then forward again. As he comes out, they're going to aggress onto Long. Wraps around the bombs coming at him. Moves over JT so that JT couldn't get one of those classic multi-kills inside of Hut door or something like that. And if we want to praise Havoc, then I think that Naf deserves some merit as well. Flipping through the smokes, those very confusing smokes on Squeaky Door to gain vision, to gain the 5v4, and to inevitably unravel this fifth round Liquid to get the opening kill based off the op. And this is that default Long type setup.
He's going to be top Hut a lot of the time. He's going to be watching here. Yeah, Floppy is an extraordinary player, especially as an anchor on these high holds, but with enough pressure, it can be so hard. Oh my God, Elite's going to take care of it by himself. Attack Squeaky and here.
Excellent. Now he's going to try to fall back, but still sticking to the gunplay. Elite, that's the three-piece, and it's going to be Floppy to try and best him.
Sometimes when executes fail, is you don't have a player like this to just continually make 2 points of HP, very adamant about it.
Beautiful round.
The entire perimeter of the site is wrapped, and Sonic is trying to lurk and slow things down, but
trying to find some sort of an opening here. Once more, it looks like they may extend out bathrooms. hasn't gone well for them. They have not planted a bomb since the pistol round. Wasting no time here in the one round yet. We've already got Team Liquid making the most of the wall of smoke. Final 15 all these smokes were here last round. Make any sort of a difference. The Molotov, that should tell them enough. Back away, go home. Instead, Cloud9, they try to go for this lobby crunch, and they will find nothing. Team Liquid have done an excellent job of avoiding the first bout of danger.
You really can't explain that from Elige, right? He's
a dangerous man lying in wait. It's OC
stuck out
by the double doors of the B bomb site, getting flashed back ever so slightly, and Elige
still has to fall back and get
angle. And if it's not his way out, getting these kills, then it's Modem on the M4 we have to expect. The first one connects, and the second as well. Nitro surviving that engagement. Elige in with a double kill, just swings open the doors, battered and bruised. To the T side, controlling the deagle and getting back that man advantage. Elige is going to need. We saw a similar situation from Cloud9 nearly work out, but he has 3 inside the water pit and looking for more frags than just the first 2. Elige in from short, cuts off yet another Sonic, the second kill for Cloud9, but it's a 3-piece for
I don't
Twist.
think Modem's going to be able to do this quite yet.
1 each,
and this is a good time to walk as well. So Modem into the vent, and he's not going up the vent, because the longer this goes, the scarier it is for him. He's got a smoke to work with. Elige on 3 HP, but here's a chance for Elige to actually brain game this. Maybe it's that morning gaming we were talking about, everyone starting. If he reads it correctly, was like he could actually win this round. I think this is probably 40. I wondered if they actually ran out of juice by the end of map 2, because we're seeing has a chance now to get the draw. Or maybe it really is the AM gaming making a difference for Liquid, but they are
all
truly morning
easy
gamers.
For Elige. No, you see, here's the trick. Okay, here's Team Liquid's solution. Round, incredible stuff. I mean, the fact that he survives and you stay up until Eagle shenanigans, and then you with 3 points of health decides to leave the site. It's all just played so well. But that's what we come. Are you telling me Nafly got out of bed at 8:30? Floppy sure as hell did.
Yeah,
that's a quick headshot on Stewie. He was just looking to boost for a little information. Didn't try to stick around too long.
Confident he was going to get the kill. Modem was playing close, got hung out to dry a bit, but a smart play from Elige nonetheless.
He's the only B player as Cloud9 slides up A once more.
Tough sledding here for Cloud9. Yeah. I would not be surprised if Nafly had a laptop on a pressurized sitting under the teeth right now. Wards outside, at least one player. Yeah. Can we see what they're working on inside too? Yeah. So I was wondering, are they going to on long? You can't fault them for trying it. Blow it open. The issue is pressure. Attempt a vent drop or what? Still early in the round, of course, this time around. But yeah, this is what Floppy absolutely must do. Even though you don't see where that Molotov lands, you don't get to know if your bullets connect. However, you have to keep applying this pressure here, otherwise they're not going to be scared in, and they're just going to use you Nitro. Knowing Stewie's dead is one of their big targets on D. Yep. This isolates Twist a lot. Kind of a good call here from Cloud9.
They're starting to aggress towards ramp, and OC, he's posted on it already. Haven't seen them rock the boat. They jump past, he hits the leg shot. Tech9 rushes out Monster, but 15 seconds here to make the difference. Into the control room water, just looking for the short headshot, but he falls up just a little bit. 0 time. Jumps down onto the double doors. Modem's able to get the first over. That bomb, it's on well with a kill. Being planted, the Molotov kind of in the way. Double man advantage, and it looks like his hands are full as Nafly takes down his teammates. He's unable to answer. He's got the health advantage and the bigger gun. There's no utility by one. And Floppy, but he's got it done. Cloud9 take their second. Good antics there by OC to just immediately get the hell out of ramp. He's going to go ahead and clear water first and foremost. Now he's going to slip down into the pit, trying to aggress onto Monster. OC, he drops his first shot. He's going to take a bunch of damage. It's now near even HP, and Naf with the USB in hand. Oh, he picks the
player off guard, but he was already low. Dropped into the crosshair. Oh man, of the OC's not having a great map. He's missed a couple of key trades. We saw that Elige round where he's Liquid are going to be kind of upset that Floppy was in fact in the downstairs ready to fight them. And I say that pains my heart because we look at OC's smart risk by him. Because he established inside his squeaky, he got Nafly out of Cloud9. He's out of over 20 kills to himself. One map he had 18 down the vent. Makes 8 out of 8 where he had like basically a positive rating.
I think you are absolutely
only negative 2 KD on one. And that was still with over 20 kills.
Not letting he's been fall into the control of Liquid round after round. And
someone on Twitter brought up to me that he actually had even better some stats than Floppy.
A smoke grenade will land on his feet.
Just not as high of a rating.
Have to inhale the fumes. Sit there for a moment. Dude, okay, imagine the mark while Team Liquid are feeling by losing the 1v1 in such a fashion. Modem, but come back into the next round, he decides to extinguish the fire, and which you are barely alive at the minute and his intentions, and then we have Team Liquid with the double kill already. Floppy, he's going to try to tuck back behind little Team Liquid, and they could line up. Oh, they do! Does it get more convincing? One-man hold here on the A site. Nitro, he's going to pick that bomb back up, but here comes Sonic looking for the headshot. He can't manage. And Nitro and Elise get that 6 on the board.
As they are individually powerful. I believe it's a floppy to pull off a play like that, but still, just nobody else helping him out. They've called out the short control. Big risk coming out of the twice. I don't know if they've thrown the grenades every single round. The smoke, but it's with the flash. He was probably going to try to take an option to fall back. But of course, the only problem is if you put all of your eggs into a flash, somebody might be playing anti-flash by accident. They could be clearing an angle
on that moment.
and avoid your flash.
He's a little bit worried that somebody's here for him, but here's
there could be something, a blind spot where your flash doesn't cover. There's a lot of ways where that could go wrong, and they're rippling the off, and now Mr. Keith, he's coming through.
That's very
he's
similar
winning
to the way that he
everything.
fell
This
back
is another
from
gun
long
round for Cloud9.
kind of getting frags, not because he is looking to force the gunfight, but rather he's forced into it by his opponents, and absolutely shows up. Now Stewie, he's going to eat a couple flashbangs as Naf does the same. 2 T's down, and the third man
Let's see if he can get himself a third.
OC gets 1 kill. Very much Cloud9 still don't have 1 round.
The squeaky boxes.
10-0 is not a scoreline I would have ever.
If I'm Team Liquid,
I wouldn't bet anything.
I'm not feeling the pressure in this moment. Even by losing Stewie, they at least now know they've got model
these right there.
Yeah, his teammate throws the smoke.
They
very
won
nice.
That fight.
Very
that
nice.
Is the perfect
so they can't deal with him just yet. They can keep him pinned in though, and that's actually that's a big move to make.
There's never
as they try to find angles on the other CTs, one of which they know had to have thrown that hard of an angle. For him, Modem is still alive until this moment. Naf will get another kill despite minimal HP, but all 3 of these Ps have minimal health.
After 9 rounds, Nitro had more kills than each member of Cloud9. 34 had done under half the damage of each of
Sonic to try and make this clutch happen.
The takeaway, Nitro.
Yeah, I take the 3-player advantage over the health advantage in this spot. Tweeted out Sonic will have to use all of his brain power here to try to get this. That's 1 kill down. Him and Nitro open. He was just Nitro not expecting that much. Nitro and all these kills. Quick of a play, and oh my God, Sonic.
Oh my God! Yeah, look at the ADR. He's
on 1.
16 ADR according to the
figure out the second one. The bomb will have to get planted. Oh, opportunity to frag. Nitro has 16 ADR. At risk of getting
I'm just reading the screen, man.
Though, he had the drop on Sonic. Man, that was scary. It was a nice try from Sonic. Appreciate him not walking around in that spot, realizing
Elige with nearly
the urgency of the
10
situation.
times the amount of that.
Here's where the round is supposed to be over. Modem
kind of unbelievable. He drops the shot versus OC. Yeah, not going to help that one. But you know what? We have ultimately Cloud9 in a 5
nobody
versus 4.
Else can hold once again. There's just not enough firepower in the server for Cloud9 to win rounds, even when they're playing well.
To the smoke. He knows he has another teammate over on the bomb site as well, so he can definitely fight for his firepower when you have to win the round. But he looks away, and so looks like they're going to try to crunch into the lobby, and they just run right into the AK-47s of Nitro and Naf. Has been picked up off the court, but Naf, he's going to miss. They know exactly where he is. They're shooting through the walls. They're shooting Nitro and Naf. That's how the teams get onto the bomb doorways. But what can they do now that they're Team Liquid? Give the man a chance. The bomb plants to start. That's for damn sure. And now JT is just looking to lock down bank. It seems like Cloud9 have done it. It was just the pistols for the most part, but they have got a round on the board.
They tried to go outside a couple of once or twice. They involve outside on their splits by putting a lot of pressure inside and then keeping the inward attention of the mini player. They don't have that much money. Leaving OC out to dry.
But they've definitely got the confidence. And
OC has an
whether or
opportunity
not
to try to catch a
thing,
lurk.
It's going to cost him his life. He goes for it. He dies. That's the entirety of Liquid down for the count. And Cloud9 on the board. 1 round, baby. Let's go.
Cloud9 were averaging a flash assist every 2 rounds. Usually when it's the team wins the tournament, an ego round like this, in a situation where they've lost every other round, basically half the game. It never feels like the fault of the team that winning. It always feels like a psychological problem for the team that's losing. We'll have to see what they can do in this situation with the way that those 2 op shots were missed. I'm not so sure. These flashbang and they also had Nitro get their killing they had from Cloud9 had one up on this round.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a lot of room to get. OC definitely has been getting a bit better. I'd like to see OC on this op, what he wants to do this round, because a free frag is amazing. If he can get this kill outside, we'll see if it's the last in the pan now. Sonic offing Squeaky, that could help once again. Almost certainly going to be some kind of dry peak at some point. If Sonic is nice and grenade damage back about the fact that he's got this gun, CT's happy to go relatively passive, which that won't be the scariest part here for Cloud9. This is a weird rotation. Isn't OC outside as well? On short T.
It looks like it. Floppy, he's now all alone on the A site, so very much thrown to the wolves. OC up inside of heaven, dealing death from above as Floppy does get one with the Molotov from beyond the grave.
Monster Floppy. Modem was just trying to gain a little vision, looking to gather information. Heaven Fire said they'll have to sit and wait. Now, this doesn't combine with some sort of peeking over, but A site. I think he needs to get a little bit of distraction. Here's Modem going down long, so they are bolstering the front of the A site, but it's very much in position for the 2-piece. The intended target of Cloud9. Twist, he's going to drop a smoke behind him, just looks to stay alive inside the pit. We'll see if that actually becomes predictable, but he's not even going to get himself a frag.
It's
Nitro with
his revenge from the vent rotation,
Nafly. That's going to foster them within the bomb site, and the bomb's been dropped in the process.
I call that a weird rotation,
and it's not going to go too well. 3 survivors for Team Liquid. They've got that 10-round lead
was in heaven,
right back in their
OC was maybe Nitro committed on a little bit more than 13.8 ADR. He was in a spot just a moment ago after this round, so that's nice. Liquid did was for him, as soon as they saw Sonic drop Twist, he wasn't doing a magic trick squeaky, so I think he was just preemptively smoking a Molotov. They were just not anticipating and also giving him away Sonic drop, or maybe hear him. Maybe he missed a ladder. Flashes coming out. Yeah, Liquid tried to capitalize on it. You know, good round from more than an entire execute. But we're behind enemy lines already. Yeah, helps Nitro get on the board.
He's decided to push forward and
don't reload to join him. And man, scary for Cloud9 because it was
even despite being blind for the second, Nafly walked right into his death. Now Floppy just sitting on top of the door.
Quite late to be,
and it's looking pretty damn easy. Cloud9, 4 survivors. That's a big one. JT fully blinded, locking off the squeaky door. I mean, you saw it as well. Look how quickly Team Liquid wanted to try and take this A site.
Beautiful.
Nicely done,
from JT.
OC.
Really well done. And
calls
Floppy
out
as well. Making his presence known everywhere, making it really hard to call exactly where he was last
damage
spotted.
versus Nitro,
that's a
but
big deal.
He's still going to play
the number of angles that need to be cleared, and so you've got to gamble between a couple. And if the communication's not exactly on point,
combo,
then moving around can actually benefit you quite greatly on the CT side.
They don't see anything for it,
hopping from
there was also a counter boost going on in the middle
now inside the big garage,
so
hoping for a drive
each other up, trying to play the tricks.
He might be rewarded because there hasn't been a lot of these duels straight up. Out of Team Liquid, and now that they've finally established some control of upstairs, Team Liquid will have to take interest in new avenues of attack, and this opens up rounds further to Cloud9 to maybe more of a game plan that they were he dodges it. I mean, Naf had him half blind. It looks like Nitro's low. He gets sprayed down. Any whiff shot will cost him.
He's going to flash over top of it. We'll have to find out. They've really boiled this one down for some sort of left over, and they've got this
want to throw his life away.
Yeah.
He's going to try to draw rotates down to B as Cloud9 have to commit into the A side. There's 2 defenders here, and they deal with Nitro first. Naf shaves off just one, and it's the dumpster push shut down. No bomb plant needed. Cloud9 just going to win with eliminations. That's their second.
Where did OC get off to? Floppy allows them to win that round, right? He's getting killed by Elise, setting him for his nades,
so
keeping that man advantage in their favor.
We get that,
and then they alarm the rotation
with the flashes and whatnot. But here comes Modem, no longer held back by smoke nor flames.
Ooh, but he's got a second.
Nicely done here from Modem. Nitro, he's going to get himself out through vent with bomb.
I'd be happy to know that.
No defenders down on this B site. He could actually get himself into the post plant. But what more can he do from here? He hears them so quickly on his heels, and he's down for the count. He's going to walk right swings the doors wide. Cloud9, fine 5.
Oh, no.
This is nice. You know, this is what we wanted. We're hoping to see from Cloud9. But yeah, they had to take care of that first big demon. They finally adapted. We're kind of late into the first half already. Team Liquid are going to be quite happy about getting 8 rounds.
Fake news,
but at least from Cloud9's perspective, things are starting to look
no reason to rag on Nitro. It probably was not 60.
On the CT side, of course, you can't be going back and forth on 29 now, so I'm not sure to sustain.
All right.
B side will happily go 1 for 1.
Maybe we're just second guessing ourselves because it is so incredibly low. But over the top of the boost, Floppy's going to get that A site entry, and the AK of Nitro goes down. Now he's going to retrieve it and try to double it back around the bank. All the wild twist
approach towards Squeaky
inside the smoke.
Cloud9 have earned that respect.
Very little to lose here.
But here's where OC can now have more of an interesting game as opposed to having to take off shots.
OC gonna drop that one all too easy, and now it's just the standard retake positions, neither of which has worked out thus far. OC nails just wanting to get that AK, looking to deal with a single damage. Elige, man, he's just trying to play the damn game. He can sit back here and bank and get through. But he knows that they think he has other ideas for him.
To be honest,
to be fair, you know, keeping Elige out of these equations.
This is a chance for 11-4.
Definitely helps Cloud9,
which is nice, but yeah. Going for it doesn't affect Cloud9's money for their
Sonic's
win by
gonna
next
decide
round.
to go into the back
Liquid,
of the bomb site.
well, they've got about $2,000.
They don't know just how close or just how many of Team Liquid's players are actually in this position.
So
we do still have Mac
potentially for an
outdoors
11-4
throwing
half,
flashes
which,
from behind red box. So
would
you
have
can
you
see
quickly
that
forget
effect.
that it was 10-0
just
at
drew
one point.
OC's eyes and the second ramp player back up to A. So as opposed to having 4 defenders here on the B bomb site, they've at least cut that in half. Find out. Sonic and Modem, they could have the favorite buy. Down. 2 headshots coming out of Sonic. He's gonna body bag a third, and the last man up is Nap, nowhere to be found. They've got bomb control. Looks like Team Liquid not gonna play as standing here for Cloud9. And with 20 seconds left over, it seems like my eyes also fall on Twist there because he is the front runner from this
beautiful round from Sonic.
Boosted up on his sandbags, welcoming Cloud9 into short control. You can see on the radar how well they've boxed in short, but obviously the evacuation route,
once or twice a half,
path of the least resistance for Cloud9 is going to be straight towards A.
Now, despite the rotate upstairs, they still had 2 dedicated lower. Sonic seemed very comfortable and confident. Always good going through the motions. They start this round off with the kill as well. Everything goes by the book this time around. We finally get the perspective of the guy. They don't want to get crushed from the top stairs from control stairs, waiting for the lower gap to come through. This is what we normally see on Nuke, and that's toying with the idea of a flash or whatnot, but just straight up gun duel still favors him. Now the game plan is starting to, I feel like, be more Cloud9. Looks like they really want to deal with Connector, and it's going to cost them something. A kill and a half there for final round of the first half. Well, he started either 9-6, 8-7 water, and he just either way, I'm sure Cloud9 will be happy that he's going to walk it right back, gets the close range fight. It's still not a the automatic gunfire for them, but now it's enough for them to replicate those. And there is a substantial T side on the other side of this wall in Modem. He's already on 49 health, and he's making where they don't want to be. Down by rounds, down by a massive. He's going to go ahead and grab that AK. Now there's 2 rifles up for Team Liquid. They've got a player over on Graffiti, giving themselves and Nafly, the ever-present threat. Cut down to the even 2v2, and the bomb's kind of alone on site. Twist finishes it all. The 2 keys from back Graffiti, there is no... 1 Molotov. JT
Welcome
up
back,
front.
everybody. It is the first match between Team Liquid and Cloud9. We are getting himself a couple of kills. It is the man up for Cloud9. Spring 2020. And Twist and Nitro, well, just going to sit on the bomb site here for a moment. They're going to get pushed in from vent. Modem actually a bit of mistiming, but there it is. Cloud9 trade frags, so maybe it's not mistiming of that. It's actually an excellent. And we did have the interview with Floppy before the show got started. Team Liquid and Cloud9 take a 7. So 1 round the difference. Stronger. And another half here on Overpass. We'll see if it's enough to make a difference. We'll see if it's really that strong. Nafly, pretty damn strong. Just manhandles Modem and Sonic. Floppy's going to bring it back with a headshot, his 2nd kill of this pistol. But
I could go A. Oh,
nope.
Yeah, sorry.
They're going to plant.
Okay.
They could go A, but they are confident in the B post plant. Floppy, he's on the forefront of it, trying to run in. Just gets clotheslined by a Liege. And JT has an insurmountable task ahead of him. A 1v3 with terrorists in all directions. He's gonna walk right into the meat grinder. Team Liquid taking 2nd pistol. Team Liquid taking that 10-round lead. And Team Liquid, more than likely, taking this first map.
Now, Floppy gives it the old college try. But what we know about their last series was that, Modem, he's pretty inconsistent at times. But Overpass is a good map for him. And also, he plays well versus Liquid. He has a very nice 3K entry in that first half. It was a rose in the concrete, of course, in the grand scheme of things, but last time that they beat Liquid at the RTR, Cloud9 were able to do it without Floppy even having an extraordinary performance. He had pretty subpar ADR, to be honest. It was Modem and OC who did most of the heavy lifting. And you'd think with Liquid this good, like Floppy's definitely got to come up stronger. And we saw a little bit of that on the pistol round, but for the most part, it's all Liquid all day long. Of course, the frag count is so tight across the board on the T side. It's just startling how Liquid just came up out of the blue with like this much of a performance boost on all fronts.
Yep. Well, a little time to gather themselves from their recent losses. Coming to the lower bracket by Storm. Sonic, he's going to try to push into the Monster players. We've got the trade train back and forth. So far, Twist has made the most of a difference, but it's Stewie and Nitro who are still alive and kicking. Through the B bomb site they go. Nitro getting a couple more frags on the board here, trying to catch up with the rest of the team. 14 rounds to 3.
Yeah, pretty easy. Pretty easy so far. I mean, I'm trying to think about these next two maps, and I'm sure Liquid are also in that mindset, but thinking about Nuke and Dust 2, I just wonder now. I mean, this was already a surprise. We saw Floppy in that interview talk about how he was pretty confident it was going to be Dust 2 and Inferno. It's like their unspoken handshake that they play these maps. But for them to pick Nuke might be more of a curveball, and to lose Overpass this badly. You got to be sapped completely of your confidence.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness.
4 Beast. It's
35.
easy anti-eco,
At the
but
top of Team Liquid's scoreboard, we will find Nafly. 14 kills, 9 deaths.
This is
but it's actually Floppy on the other side of the server who has the highest stats. We're talking 110 ADR, 1.6 kill death, and the only real chance for Cloud9 is to have a lights out T side here on Nuke. And I think that we saw a prime example of that with Cloud9 MIBR yesterday. And they got that exact same veto from their last matchup. Nuke is a big question still for Cloud9. Not a question of whether they're just going to try to bombard the B bomb site. Sonic coming up next. He's extending matter of when ahead of the rest of the pack. Can these rifles actually confirm real numbers, but everybody for Cloud9 anything on the cusp of this B bomb site. First Molotov goes out, Stewie doubles back, and he's got a couple of frags look good for Cloud9 for the moment. Now it's Floppy, they take a little bit more damage them down. Floppy's dropped to 19, but he will bomb plant in front of Old Toxic.
Got excited.
It's a nice he's that front runner. He's going to get peaked, and he taps back Sonic, seeing that Floppy's close. Floppy kind of saving himself here. Nitro able to trade that one, but Twist versus OC. That's what we're going to get in this second pistol. And the smoke is huge. The headshot not connecting for either player. Twist, he's going to try to stick this. He's got the kit. It's down to the last second. And the heartbreaker Team Liquid.
Not surprised Liquid just decided to Rambo out.
Oh, that's so smartly done by Twist.
Give it a shot.
He knew the ammo was low on both sides.
It's a little scary for OC. Yeah,
you knew that OC was either going to have no gun or forced to reload or just assume that he's going to fake the fuse. Yeah, the smoke, the flash, the kit all come into play. Twist pulls that out. Down low. And yeah, he'll beat other guy in the site. And I like Stewie how he runs into the site to help out Leash. He takes a bad position, but he needs to help his teammate. So he runs the risk. Oh, OC. Actually, there's no flash actually before his eyes when he sees that crouch into Squeaky. He's like, oh, I know what that feels like.
We've got Bottom
in the first
repositioned
I know we saw the score lines here
to the actual long side of bathrooms. None of that works.
They
so Floppy, my man,
two sides of an
you're
Eiffel
gonna
Tower
have to
with the amount of pressure we saw
in the 20th round, including a 1 versus 4 retake.
Trades back and forth.
We've got Team Liquid
actually pulled this
and
together
not just taking it, but in convincing fashion.
They actually didn't even have as good guns as Cloud9. They tried to make up for it by taking aggressive options, and I think especially felt pressure after losing that opening frag to OC. So this round comes easily. They make it look like an eco round for Liquid. They crush everybody. And Cloud9, they save with 4. They've got money on 4 players after this round. And Liquid will have to try to buy back and feel the momentum.
Again, Floppy, he's just going to keep this one going. He had 2 crisp headshots in lobby last round, shutting down that aggression. Team Liquid going to try to play a similar pace, and it is not paying off. More headshots coming through for Cloud9. This looks convincing. They've got 4 players still with full belts of utility. I mean, this 18th round cost them nothing. If you didn't see the pistol, you would have been convinced Cloud9 had picked it up based on their second round buy and based on the tactics of Liquid looking pressured in the second and third of the second half. You know,
real state of the game right now. You know, you can get better guns for less on the T side, and the bomb plant means everything on that first round. So there's probably too much in the meta of the game right now. There's probably too much emphasis on the value of that bomb plant, and it just points to the economy being a bit out of whack with just how much you can get, especially versus the CT side, where it's way more punishing to lose that second round. Have to double save or take a huge risk and invest like Team Liquid did. But at least in the state of this match specifically, it means it's 9-9 now. Cloud9 can take a small lead versus Liquid, who are clearly the better team today, and we can see this half really play out.
They've got the bodies for a ramp hold, but they're actually making a ton of noise. I mean, Modem, you don't hear players making that sound there unless you know they're boosting, so they should not fall victim to this. Mind you, of course, Modem doesn't have to get close. He's got that Galil at a distance. Molly meant to burn Stewie into his crosshairs, but they could just shy away from this. Yeah, they figured out the outer yard is theirs for the taking. They could wrap into A site through Heaven and Mini. It's really Cloud9's round to play.
Their oyster. I think you just get in position to hold on to the Heaven flank and one in the lobby flank, and upstairs is easy.
I just heard like the most faint little damage sounds, and what is this? JT being peppered by the USP across the map, so he's gonna be okay. 72 health left over. Elige deals a bit of damage. Let's see if they can hold on with 0 costs, because at this moment, it's just the utility that they'll have to replenish. See the shadow. Sonic, yeah, peek out. Make sure he denies Elige, because odds are CTs want to come in with the pinch. Floppy gonna mow down a couple bodies from the rafters. Last man's known, and the last man goes down, like the rest of his team. Cloud9 in the lead. 10 rounds to this T side.
I got a poll for chat. Do we think we should be able to see our own shadows in Counter-Strike? Because that would eliminate needing to practice with somebody else, a teammate or someone else, to find out all of the positions where the shadow advantages come. You know, if Elige was totally aware of that, no way he would stand there holding that angle. Some of them you learn over time, but still. We can't see our legs, we can't see our shadows. What's going on?
I was gonna say, that's the second poll. Should we see our legs?
Yeah, because we get shoe skins. Yeah, and then we're cooking with gas. So Cloud9, they get to 10 first, which is not something we'd expect to see after last map, which is great, which is awesome. It's a bit of an outside take, it looks like, but they're deciding on the variation. CT is going to be sitting all behind smokes here. Stewie is going to be fully alarmed at ramp, just making sure that there isn't some kind of fake to go here. And for Cloud9, they have not decided to cross. It looks like they're going to play into a lurk. What's the rotation they're trying to pull, though, is the big question. They've got one person downstairs, and yeah, now they go upper.
Yep, Nitro, he's just going to deal with the mini player first, but they also flood forward from all directions. Twist, single kill. Floppy, he's really making a difference here on these entries. Stewie 2K and Elige in the 2v2. And Stu, he stops the bomb carrier, but OC does win his other duel. So we are into the clutch. 100 health for each player, 30 seconds for OC to retrieve the bomb and plant. And yeah, Stewie, he wastes no time at coming in from a completely different angle. That trajectory on the grenade's gonna tell OC all he needs to know. And OC is 17-8. He sees him and he takes him. OC with the 3-piece, Cloud9, 11-9.
Hey, it was very simple. Get one person downstairs, take upstairs. It's a hard gamble to read. If you're Team Liquid, you have to respond somewhat to outside smokes. We heard that threat talking about this problem, how you're very limited on information unless you go with that secret setup, but you can't do that in response and get information fast enough. So Cloud9 try to abuse that, and the trades are very good upstairs. So yeah, another round here, and Cloud9 more firmly in the lead. Also will have a CZ round to try to farm up. First kill comes out no problem. Fast cross outside, no long range guns to take him out with all of these open lines of sight. OC popping off, Modern popping heads. These are very clean anti-ecos we're seeing.
Just slicing through Team Liquid at the moment. Nitro's little CZ tap will give us something to Liquid's favor, but that's it. Just the one kill for Team Liquid here. Cloud9, 3-round lead. You know, we thought that the CT sides were going to be their undoing, but if they have this level of an offense here on Nuke, and if they can keep this going versus, more importantly, the gun rounds, then maybe, just maybe, we've got a very real series on our hands. But we do have Liquid in with the buyback. No helmet, no problem. They've got themselves an op on NAF.
OC touching on 16K on the T side. Oh,
my God.
Oh, okay. Wow, he put a little flare on that. Swung in, op shot, blind into ramp, but mod him. What a cute angle that is. Just his little ski mask popping up on top of Mini, and that's all he'll need to establish outside. It's a great trade back for Cloud9. Scary scenes here for Liquid. They opened up with ramp. At least they keep the op up on NAF. He'll have to be the smartest man on the CT side now to try to bring this back. But JT, he realizes if he was last spotted ramp, you know, maybe I can get downstairs and perform a lurk.
Don't forget either, Naf, he did take down Floppy. That's a key piece for cloud9.
Oh, man.
See if the rest of the team can close it. 50 seconds left over. JT in control. Stewie on the back of the bomb site. Here's the windows breaking, so now he's on high alert most certainly. Molly's trying to cut off any sort of a ramp rotate.
No help,
Liquid.
right? Yeah, no help for Stewie.
He's going to hear the footsteps getting ever closer, deals with the first player, and doesn't take a tidbit of damage. So Stewie, he could be primed for the multi-kill. He hears the doors being opened, but they have drawn the rotation down. Look at this. CTs, they evacuate the A site all except for Nitro. And he sees the head over towards Vent, pops Modem first and foremost, but the bomb should go down just beneath him. A Molotov to ensure it. But a 4 versus 2, and that's going to favor Team Liquid on the retake. They've got Stewie inside of the vents, and they still have this heavy presence in heaven. The flashbang goes by. Sonic still clear eyes, has the first one, but he's going to need everything, and Stewie comes in quick. That's cloud9 falling in the post plant. Liquid taking 10.
All about Nitro's crispy frag. I mean, a couple of them to work with. The rotations were gamed. So from a tactical perspective, cloud9 are getting what they want out of the round, right? They're really, they're farming the soil, which is great. But at the same time, Liquid's rotations are just good enough. They're not putting anyone in danger, even when they left the site open for it. And Nitro doesn't overcommit to his angle. Just make sure they can't get in front of Squeaky, where Stewie's trying to get out of. And that's what catches cloud9 off guard. Even though they had eyes on heaven, they weren't clearing that deep.
See if they can follow it up. We had cloud9 with a couple of unconsecutive CT round wins until those final 5 in a row. Team Liquid do not want to fall victim to the same situation. Modem, gone. That's a crucial pick for Naf.
He's such a lively CT opper, man. He makes giant rotations and wastes no time.
The leash tucked behind blue. He's going to have the element of surprise for the first one. Floppy can trade that. But remember, they never traded Naf. And that's going to be the problem. That's going to be the difference maker in this 4 versus 3. Nitro, he peeks into Hut and catches Sonic. But Floppy, he's in above. And you can see the CTs, they push forward into Hut with that kill because exactly, Floppy, they know this position's compromised. They do have a player beneath him, just keeping eyes on Locker. That's Stewie. So Ramp's not screwed over. They can't rotate this down to the B bomb site. Very great timing there for Team Liquid to push into Hut. But more importantly, they push into Hut and get the kill. Oh, Stewie. Whoa.
That's tricky. Oh my God, that was so tricky by Jesus.
Nope, Naf, that's what gets pulled back. He was last seen over towards the secret stairs, and his rotate, like you said, you know, he's very proactive, doesn't waste much time, goes for the sprint back in. Floppy's gonna have to drop behind the site. A bomb plant would be good for money, and it's only a couple headshots away, but the grenade from Naf. His big 3-piece, 1 op shot onto Silo, a hard rotate over towards Ramp, and then the kill in the post plant, keeping 2 players alive.
Bomb goes down, which really doesn't even matter for cloud9. Liquid are going to have to chew through 2 full buys with all the incendiaries and everything. And this is Stewie hearing him scope outside. So he had a big advantage. But once that shoulder peek came in, it's scary because he doesn't know if OC spots his shoulder too. So very, very careful angle clearing there by OC to put him in a checkmate position. He has to commit hard to that fight. And gets the better of him. But overall, the CT setup had a lot of ways to win. Nafly, again, very pervasive, rotating from the secret into into Ramp to take care of Turnpike. And yeah, like Stewie had a great spot to help his teammates. Even though they weren't in heaven, they had it covered from 2 tertiary positions.
That Molotov, man, that burns. Oh, somebody out of position. Seems like Twist is gonna have to lock this down. 2-piece for him. He's got the bomb. A 3rd headshot. Very nicely done by Russell Van Dulken, making it look a little too easy.
Man, you don't even have to edit Twist's frag movies, okay? You just have to Twitch clip it. You Twitch clip these, and look at this shot.
Boom.
Oh, man, so sick. He's so sick. It really does look like deathmatch too much. You give him a little bit of space. Nuke. This is the first time these 2 orgs have ever played Nuke against each other. Yeah, in the last series, you know, that's why Floppy was so convinced it was going to be Overpass, Dust 2. We see a lot of that with Overpass Inferno. Dust 2 was the pick last time from Liquid.
And they 16-5'd. Wait, I'm missing something. Who's 16-5 to? I think it was actually 2-0 in favor of Liquid at in favor of cloud9 at RTR, and yeah, but yeah, Nuke is not. It's like it's weird that it hasn't been played yet, but it's still surprising that it gets picked. Floppy's up to 29 kills. Wow.
See how much further he can go. We are all tied up at 12 rounds apiece, of course. Elimination on the line. And a long day for whoever wins this one. 100 Thieves probably intently watching this matchup in the moment because there are next best of 3. A little bit of spam damage goes each way. Sonic comes out on top of it.
Really infatuated with Sonic's stat line of him having the most impact on the team despite like the worst ADR. But Stewie, he spots it. He hears an op. He spots an op. He hears some footsteps. He's going to run from these Nikes, get down the ramp. Teammate outside a leash. Oh, he crosses red. Oh, this is not going to be anticipated by JT. Free frag here for Elish. Outside control retained. No lurks possible. And Twist is even in their hut. Oh my god, he hears everything. You think he's going to snitch?
Probably. He's going to call this one out. Let's see what the CTs do. Immediate rotate downwards. They are well ahead of this. Naf already posted on the angle. Oh, and Naf almost going out for a second, but because there's so many defenders in position, it is way too easy. Floppy, he decides to take a different route, but he has lost all of his teammates. So it's a very lonely world for this Floppy boy. 29 kills. I mean, incredible performance here from Ricky, and this is Team Liquid taking back the lead. Cloud9 at one point was 12-9, but Team Liquid racking it all up. He's going to save here. He's safe.
It's hard to play against. It's one of those situations, you know, it's like trying to prepare for a unique fighter. I mean, in Nafly, they gave him the op, and yeah, his eyes are half closed in real life, but with this op, man, he is fully torqued the entire time, running around, going for different picks, giant rotations. Hard to follow where he's going to go next. And Naf is just such a smart player that he's the kind of guy you trust with that X factor amount of control. Interesting characters. Modem's former teams include the wonderfully named LMFAO, Chris and the Boys, Misfits and Degenerates, Party Astronauts, and Good Something. Oh, wow, we actually got a two-parter here. And Good People. I like all of those names. Which one's your favorite? I mean, I would never want to lose to LMFAO. I feel like that would be...
Right. Yeah, no, I think party astronauts, man. Like, if there's, you know, if there's one thing on my my bucket list,
they were actually a sick team.
It's to go ham in space.
Ham in space. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, guys.
Get back into the action.
Sucks to say, be able to say you got 2-0'd by LMFAO. Oh, yeah, the flyout Sonic.
They had one good song. That's the end of it. Look at Elish, though. I mean, he's already tucked into the corner here. Molotov's going to force him to move ever so slightly, but he doesn't have to force his hand, doesn't have to show his cards.
Sonic. Now, they must have heard him. He does slam into the bottom of the vent, but it's still a problem.
Ooh, Elish going to eat that flashbang. So white. Ready for the peaks, however. They come a little disjointed, but Floppy can still get the trade there. Good damage done by JT. Floppy's still less than half, however. Do not forget.
Now, Liquid know that this has turned into an upstairs hit before. Do they think that this time is the downstairs hit? Splitting 2-2 to site's actually quite good, I think, for them. And they got the op down here. So Stewie will have some more assistance. Last time they pushed from control first, and yep, it's going to happen this time as well. Oh my god, see the risk that he takes? Wow, he just leaves himself open to decon. That's the scariest part about this guy.
Nitro gets a kill, and Stewie's going to take the double. That is sickening and so sweet. Team Liquid, awesome hold there. Naf just throwing himself in front of the smoke. He had Stewie confidently in the back of the bomb site ready to trade.
Oh my god.
So I think Naf can afford the risk, especially when he hits the shot.
You can do everything right and still lose.
Sitting on that 14th, so 2 to go for 16. We've got that 30 bomb from Floppy. 21 kills for OC as well. Two of the more consistent players for Cloud9 trying their absolute damnedest to keep their team in this tournament. Squeaky door swung open. They're already going to start pressuring out from Hut. They do trade the first one. Twist down for the count, but it's the Heaven players that are supposed to make the difference. Man advantage for Cloud9. This round was just a burst, a bombardment onto this A site. And Stewie, well, he's going to try to creep in from behind. The timing, it could cost them. He stops the bomb carrier, doubling up onto Floppy. Again, a rock-solid hold here from Stu. It's the big flank to secure 3 map and match points.
Even when the tanks don't show up, you got a Twist on the A site. He only goes 1 for 1. The cavalry arrives. The phalanx is in. Stewie, the rotation coming through, dealing with all of these different positions, and Naf he'll happily take that as an opportunity to run out with suppressing fire, covering his footsteps, swings across Heaven to lock down the 3rd kill, bring Liquid to 15. And if they weren't confident enough already, up a map after basically stomping Cloud9, are now in touching distance of closing this in 2.
We are getting the exact same Team Liquid that we did yesterday versus Gen G. Convincing, condemning first map into a closer affair on the second, but what could be 2-0s back-to-back. 31 frags for Ricky Camaro. Let's see if he can best the players on ramp. It's not 1, it's not 2, but 3 members of Team Liquid were here just a moment ago. Naf does decide to move that op into Heaven, so probably called into action because we have Cloud9 throwing up the wall of smokes, but the CTs throw a smoke as well. This one, right in front of Stewie. It's him and Floppy on the other side, and Stu, 3 bodies run right into him. It's a quick trade, a crucial trade at that, because now Naf, he's gonna feel the heat here. Burned out of his position, can't extend into ramp like he would have loved to, but Naf does decide to move his feet very quickly back to outer, catching JT, who is trying to find timing to make this A split happen. Now, they're just gonna have to run right out, Hut, into the lying way to the CT side. Nitro decides this map, this match, it's over. Team Liquid keeping themselves going will face 100 Thieves in a BO3 soon enough.
What a nightmare for Cloud9.